Welcome to Real Bass Lessons. Today I thought we'd get back to some Motown. I'd like to teach you when we work on a few Motown fills, okay? I'm working from this book here today. I did a lesson, a number of years ago on Motown fills, and that was a real popular one. So here's some cool ones, and I thought we'd work on them. Let me play the first one for you, and then we'll learn it. Cool, that's not too hard. Slow motion. Again. And yeah, I'm hammering on those first two notes. You don't have to, you can go. But I went. Good, play along with me at that tempo. 2, 3, and 4. And here it comes. Good, you got it. Let's play along with that little groove, okay? Now again, the idea here is repetition, repetition. Make it just settle and feel real good, and I assure you there's funny things that happen when you play it over and over and over. You get in there for about 30 seconds and all of a sudden it kind of maybe feels a little odd. Some of it's just a concentration in your mind. Some of it's a relaxation. And also we're wanting to create a muscle memory in our hands so it just sort of takes over and the consistency gets real strong. Let's play a little bit here, okay? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Let's stop. Good. Got it? Now let's do it again about twice as long. I'm not really counting, but I can feel the phrases, so we'll make it a nice long one. By the way, get your bass out and play with me. As I've said many times, if you want to just watch my videos, cool, I have no problem with that, but they're going to probably get boring because I do the same thing over and over. This is called a bass lesson, a real one. So if you get your bass out and play along with me, it won't get boring. We'll just enjoy that deep groove. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Stop. Outstanding. How'd you do? Now I recommend you practice with me and just settle back and get it sounded good. Copy my sound, my sort of tone, attack, and of course the feel. Get it right. And then you need to record yourself, not for 2 bars, for like 32 bars or 64 bars, and then listen back to it and just see how consistent it is. I'm sure you'll hear some inconsistencies, maybe in the time, the groove, maybe in the attacks, or maybe some sloppiness, but that's what you do. You analyze your own playing by listening to a repetitive groove over and over and over and just seeing if it's solid, seeing if it's consistent. Cool. Let's go on to the next one now. What was that? That was here? Okay, here's the next one. Sure, so there's the extra, there's the new part. Let's do it slow, those 2 measures. 3 and 4 and. Good, now let's play it with our drum groove here. Get ready. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stop for a second. I swear, out of those, what did we do it through 4 times just now? Or 8 times? Whatever, 4 times? I think the first 3 it took me to get it solid. And then it felt like, I got it now. Isn't that funny how that happens? That's why we need to practice things consistently for a longer time. Most people play something through once or twice, 3 or 4 times, and they go, I got it. And then they wonder why they don't sound real solid and mature in live playing situations. You have to practice so much it becomes muscle memory and it becomes your default language. People say to me all the time, excuse me, I've had students say all the time, Jim, I transcribed that or I learned this, but I just can't seem to get it into my playing. Well, guess what? That's like learning a new word and you speak it 3 or 4 times and you expect to use it in a conversation. It doesn't work like that. You have to practice it, use it a whole bunch. I think I've told this story before, but it's worth repeating. You ever see those little desk calendars and they're really fat and small and it says, learn 365 new words this year. So you tear off a word every day and learn it and you throw it away and the next day you tear off another word. Well, it's kind of cool for 3 or 4 days, then you can't remember the words you used before. And then you kind of go, my God, I can't remember them all. That's because it should be learn like 3 new words this year. You tear off one, you use that sucker for like a couple of months, and then maybe you tear off another one. Yeah, you have to use the stuff and get it inside you. Otherwise, you just have a whole collection of information up here and nothing really good coming out down here. So what was this phrase? Good, let's play a long little session now. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it some more. For me. Let's go again. was looking ahead to the next one I was doing. It screwed me up. Now, you ever wonder why these real bass lessons I do one a week and not one every single day? Guys are always saying that. Jim, I love that. Make a lot more. Well, I always say, how about you work on that one for like 10 or 15 hours this week? See, we want to repeat them. So when we finish this little lesson today, you need just to play this little sucker over every single day. And I'm not joking. Until the next video comes out. Don't stop. Don't go, I got it. No, how about just continue to get it deeper and deeper and deeper. That's the way good growth happens. It's the only way good growth happens in your playing. It's not a collection of information up here. It's repeated patterns. It's shapes that we've learned and internalized by repeating them. Let's go on to the third one. Then we're going to combine them. Now that third one, believe it or not, I started up here. That's where it is. It's the same shape as this one, but we start here. Play it with me. 3 and 4 and here it comes. Good. Let's do a little session with the drum machine. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go around again. Cool, let's stop. Hey, I have to tell you something. I just this second thought of it. I think it's real funny and maybe you'll appreciate it. I taught a student last week. I teach privately, some students face-to-face, and I teach some students online. I taught a student just this last week in Switzerland. I never met the guy. We had a little preliminary chat a couple days before, but I taught him the cycle of fourths. And I'm not going to get into that now, but it's a very physical, specific thing, and it goes from here to here to here. And he's like, and literally, 30 seconds into making him play, he goes, "Whoa, this is tough." And I said, "No problem, do it again." And he's kind of doing it, and he's stumbling, he can't do it, and he goes, "Well, this is a lot of pressure." And I said, "Yeah, and you're going to get this pressure every single lesson. This is called learning." And he's kind of doing it again, and he kind of gets it, not perfectly, but he's getting it. And, we go for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes, and, and keeping him going, We stop, and he goes, "Man," he said, "this is not what I thought." And I said, "What'd you think?" He goes, "I thought you were going to play the bass for me and like, I'll do all sorts of cool stuff." And I laughed, and I said, "That's not a lesson. That would be me playing a concert. You're going to play." So, folks, that's what this is. You need to get your bass out and play with me, okay? Now let's do those 3 patterns, and I'll tell you which ones we're going to do. We're going to start with the first one. Remember it? Here we go. Play with me. So let's start first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I screwed up. Keep going. Almost. I screwed up again. Here we go. There it is. That's not right, is it? That's it. Woo! Now, isn't that bizarre? I had to figure out how to look down here. You'd think I'd know this stuff. Folks, we get confused. Our brains get stuck. I need to know this like the back of my hand. So there's that first one. There it is. Let's play it now. 2. I'll pay more attention to the page. 2, ready, go. That's it. Feels good now. Let's do it again. We're going to go to the second one without stopping. After this one, we go. Number 2. Yeah, we got it. Let's go to number 3 after this one. Here we go. Sure, you remember that one. And let's go back to the first one after this one. Number 1. Yeah, there we go. Good. So obviously you need to spend time learning them, and then you need to put them together. Because obviously when you put them together, we tend to confuse ourselves and forget one, or at least I did. Cool. Fired up. Dig into this stuff.